Each morning, our goal is to get you ready for the day by getting you a look at the local stories that impact all of us during the coronavirus crisis.
And we start this morning with new cases of COVID-19 reported at Charlotte's largest banking employer. In a statement, Wells Fargo says 5 of its employees who work at their customer information center tested positive for the virus. That campus in University City is home to thousands of employees. The bank says it is supporting the sick workers and disinfecting all of the buildings. People who were in close contact with those workers are being told to stay home for 2 weeks.
And if you have a vehicle inspection due in North Carolina, the state is now trying to give you more time to get that done. House Speaker Tim Moore and Senate Leader Phil Berger jointly supported legislation to retroactively extend those deadlines. It won't be passed until the General Assembly reconvenes. So in the meantime, they are asking the state to be flexible with those inspections.
If you have your car insured through State Farm, you could see lower premiums. The Wall Street Journal reports America's largest insurer launched its Good Neighbor Relief Program for all 21 million customers. It offers a 25% credit on premiums due between March 20th and May 31st, or about $20 per car. That is because claims are down with fewer people on the road. And we told you Allstate, Geico, and American Family are also offering discounts during the outbreak.
And as if homeschooling isn't enough of a challenge on its own, well, for some families, it's next to impossible because they live in areas where it's hard to get access to the internet.
And for others, it's just not affordable. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Costura is live uptown with the struggles that thousands of families in our area are having to deal with. Anthony.
Yeah, you would think there would be plenty of internet access here in Uptown, but we checked and there is nearly 4,000 students at CMS who don't have access to the internet. And once you get out of the city, it's even worse. Courtney Ryan lives in rural Cleveland County where both of her children go to school. They're learning remotely like so many kids right now, but they have absolutely no internet, not even access to it. She says Wi-Fi services don't reach her house. Cell service is limited, so hotspots don't work. And her husband takes their only car to work each day, so they can't even drive to get it. And if they could, they can't afford it.
You know, for me as, a mom on limited income, that's really hard. So it just puts my children back to, back even further. It's almost like my children are being punished because we don't live in a city.
She says she knows that schools are doing the best they can right now, but she says that every day is difficult. For now, this mom of 2 is sticking to those at-home learning packets and just hoping for the best. At CMS, they have given out thousands of those internet hotspots. One social worker told us she's still trying to get families connected, though. But some families don't have a steady home, and now CMS is working as quickly as they can to help.
As much as possible before spring break really does start, we're trying to make sure that we give the families the resources they need.
And if you need internet access, you should contact your school district, be open about your situation, and Blaine, they may be able to help.
Anthony, not everybody can afford internet right now on top of everything else. Is there anything else that they're able to do?
Yeah, some companies right now are actually offering some free internet, but not everyone qualifies. Spectrum is offering 60 days of free internet to teachers and students from kindergarten to college. The catch is here, though, you can't already have an account with them. Comporium in Rock Hill is also offering free internet to students for 60 days. But again, if they don't already have an account, you can find more information on our free WSOC TV News app. Blaine?
That is great, helpful information. Thank you, Anthony.
And starting on Monday, North Carolina will be under a new executive order that is focused on stores, nursing facilities, and unemployment. Any stores that are open will have to limit the number of customers in the store at once. Cleaning and disinfecting a lot and adding shielded registers. Nursing homes will now be required to screen residents and employees. And employees must also wear face masks. And Governor Cooper, he's also temporarily eliminated some of the hurdles for employers, allowing unemployment claims to be processed faster. All of this goes into effect Monday at 5 p.m. Right now, there are 3,651 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the state. Mecklenburg County has 869 cases, and so far 65 people have died. Turning to South Carolina, where there are nearly 2,800 cases, including 120 cases in York County, and 67 people have died statewide. And a big question that many of us have been asking is, will the coronavirus go away when it gets warmer? Kind of like how the flu does. And so far, scientists say they don't think so. Take a look at this. Members of the National Academy of Sciences sent a letter to the White House saying that the data is mixed on whether COVID-19 spreads as easily in warm weather as it does in the cold. The letter also pointed to a study in China which showed even under max temperatures and humidity, the virus spread. On average, every infected person spread the virus to nearly 2 other people.
Many were hoping the weather would change things for the better, but one of the most at-risk groups are those living in nursing homes and retirement communities. Now, Cleveland County is reporting its first outbreak in a nursing home. Our partners at the Shelby Star report all of those affected are employees. However, the county hasn't named the facility or how many workers are affected. It did say no residents have tested positive. In Morganton, there are more than 24 residents and workers sick at a nursing home there. Yesterday, the Burke County Health Department told us about 8 additional cases have come up at Grace Heights Health and Rehabilitation Center. That brings the total number there of positive cases to 28. And that includes 16 residents and 12 employees at the nursing home. And yesterday morning, we told you 2 care facilities in Orange County have a total of almost 90 cases, and they include residents and staff. And in Moore County, one rehab center has 29 cases, again, among residents and staff. But it's a slightly different story for an assisted living community in Mint Hill, and it believes its quick actions actually kept the virus from spreading. Affinity Living Group stopped letting visitors come into their almost 100 assisted living facilities back in early March. Jaylee Wilson says family members weren't happy, but they were able to do what it took to prevent an outbreak.
And we also, at the beginning of March, started screening our staff before the beginning of each shift. So if they were symptomatic in any way, they were sent home to self-quarantine. So I think that made a huge impact on, the overall success that we've had so far.
Affinity says it's making sure that there is full PPE for any outside healthcare providers who come into the facility and getting them a change of clothes as well.
Well, President Donald Trump admits that there will not be widespread COVID-19 testing anytime soon. Well, many experts consider confirming that people are COVID-19 negative key to allowing people to return to work. But the president says the American population is just too large for widespread testing.
We're talking about 325 million people, and that's not going to happen, as you can imagine. And no, it would never happen with anyone else either.
Well, meanwhile, the FDA is currently testing 19 therapies and treatments, and there are 26 more in active planning for clinical trials.
Right now, many small businesses, including hundreds in our area, are continuing to wait for disaster loans to help them meet payroll and other costs. Some are finding that they might not get much help at all. The New York Times reports business owners were supposed to be able to get up to $2 million under the Economic Disaster Loan Program. Now they're being told that they're only eligible for $15,000. The CARES Act also authorized the Small Business Administration to provide $10,000 grants that don't need to be repaid, but most owners haven't seen that money either. Plans for a second stimulus package have stalled in Washington as Republicans and Democrats clashed over what to include in the new bill. One of the biggest sticking points is the Democratic plan to double the size of the new relief bill by adding $100 billion for hospitals and $150 billion for state and local governments. Republicans argue that money is better served going to small businesses. They want a $250 billion package. Republicans say additional aid to states can be addressed later. The House will convene today, but only in a procedural capacity. It's not expected to pass either party's proposal yet.